I'm Claudia Brown Coulter from Brownie Culture. I'm a divorce mediator and I help you create a customized divorce so that you can uncouple consciously and respectfully. So today we're talking about 3 reasons why you want your soon to be ex. You want your soon to be ex to be financially stable. This is your soon to be ex because you're not divorced yet. So they still your husband, they still your wife. But for the sake of not having to say a mouthful, I'm just going to refer to him or her as your ex. Depending on how your relationship fell apart, no matter how it came apart, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Depending on how bad the hurt is, you might be like, you know what? How much money you got? I want it. How much money you don't got? I still want that too. Okay. So I think that's just kind of natural. Like, you made me mad. You hurt my feelings. I want it. My job here is to encourage you to take a different approach. So, the first reason why you want your ex to be financially stable is if you have kids, you want him or her to provide for the daily needs of your children. That is food, clothing, shelter, tuition if they go to private school, if they're in extracurricular activities. Your kids should not have to carry um, an extra backpack with them to school whenever that will open, to school on Wednesdays because they're going to dad's house, they're going to mom's house. They should have enough materials at their other parent's house that they're cool. It's one thing if they want to take a favorite toy or something like that, but they should have all of their basic necessities met. If your spouse is ordered to pay child support, you want them to also be able to make those payments. Okay, the other thing why you want your soon to be ex or your ex to be financially stable is because if you have kids, they're expensive and you don't know how expensive they are until they crash a car, they damage school property, they break a bone, they ask you to pay for their wedding. You want your ex to be able to split that with you. You shouldn't have to foot the entire bill. So, if they're financially stable, if you didn't take them to the cleaners, they're able to contribute. Lastly, and I think this might be the most important reason, is if you have joint debts, you want your spouse to be able to pay his or her share of that. When you have a divorce decree, your divorce decree may say, you know what, your ex, he got to pay all of that credit card, or she got to pay all of that credit card. I'm sorry, I know my talk is a little silly, but I'm just keeping it real because sometimes things in the legal world are really intimidating. So I'm just keeping it real right now. So if you have a divorce decree that says that someone other than you has to pay a debt, they need to pay the debt. Now, if it's a credit card, you're not like, you could like get your car refinanced. Maybe if you make enough money, you could get your house refinanced so that your name is off the house and off the mortgage. But you can't get like last I heard, you can't refinance a credit card. You could do a zero balance transfer, like you could get another one and then I guess it's not a zero balance, but you could get another credit card and transfer that balance over. So all that's in your joint names, you can put it in a new account just in her name or his name. If they don't do that, if they say, yeah, I'll take on that debt. I racked it all up. I know the credit card's in both of our names, but I'll take on that debt. And then they don't pay it. Guess who the credit card company is going to come looking for? You, because your name is on it. And if you're like, but my divorce decree says X, Y, and Z, the credit card company was like, but your name is still here. You are still legally responsible for that. So both of your credit scores are going to tank. And it could be that your ex is just mad at you and doesn't care about their credit and is like, my credit already sucks. I'm not paying that bill. I'm going to say I'm going to pay it, but I'm not going to pay it. And you're left holding the bag. So let me encourage you why you would want to use mediation in this instance. Sometimes, let me say this, thank God for lawyers, right? They're expensive, but they earn that money. They have every right to be expensive. Thank God for lawyers. But sometimes when people see that you have an attorney, they get freaked out. They're scared. Even if they act like they're not, they can be intimidated. And what that could do when you're going through a divorce is it could cause your ex to get really, really defensive. There are definitely situations where you should get an attorney for a divorce, where going to mediation is not in your best interest. And we'll do another video about that. But if things, there's not abuse that's happened, nobody's hiding any money, it's just kind of your standard divorce, you could go to mediation. Your ex is more likely to comply with mediation because they feel, no, excuse me, because they have had more input in the process. So they have more say in how this divorce is going to come out, what's going to happen to their assets and to their children and to their retirement and to the house and things like that. Your ex may feel that the settlement is more fair because they had input. And if they don't feel like it's fair, they feel like, you know what, I can kind of live with this because, all right, I was able to share my input and we didn't agree on everything, but this is okay. No, I feel like this is fair. It's cheaper than having an attorney because when you go to mediation, the two of you split one person's bill. When you go to a lawyer, you each have your lawyer and you each have to pay for them. Okay, so already mediation starts out being cheaper. Lastly, is if you choose mediation, you're sending a message of, I'm not trying to take you for everything you're worth or everything you're not worth. I'm just trying to handle this respectfully, untangle myself from you, and move on with life. And you know what? Your ex will get the message that you don't hate their guts. Because sometimes people don't pay their bills because they're like, she hates my guts. I hate her guts. I won't get back at her. They know that you're not trying to take it all. So, when you're going through divorce, things are really, really painful and your emotions are swirling. And I am here to be a little bit of a voice of reason and say, no, honey, you really do want him or her to be financially stable because it will make your life post divorce have a little bit less drama. And we can all use less drama in our world. So, thank you so much for watching. I am delighted to have been here with you today. I hope to hear from you soon. Once again, I am Claudia Brown Coulter from Brownie Culture, and I hope you guys have a great day.